Okay, today's video is going to be about the medical supplies you should carry with you, especially if you have periodic paralysis. Things that you can do if you're out in the community or at home to monitor your vitals. The first device we have is a portable blood pressure meter. Blood pressure meter. This little device goes right on your wrist. You get a real fast check of your blood pressure and your pulse. Just put it on like that. Push the button and wait for the reading. I just came back from a bicycle ride, so my blood pressure's probably going to be a little high, maybe not. Of course, you don't want to place your hand over your arm and cut your blood supply off while you're taking your pressure. (106/77). Pulse is at 80. Slip it off and hit the button, turn it off. And this is real handy to use when someone's in a state of paralysis, because it's really hard. You shouldn't be lifting their arms and moving them around when they're in paralysis. So you just slip this right on the wrist. This is great for caregivers, and get an instant reading. I wanted to show you this. This is the deionized water that I bought for the potassium meter. And we've done a couple of videos already on the potassium meter. The Cardimeter is what it's called. So we won't cover that. You need to have that in your medical tool bag. Next thing that pops out is your digital pH meter. Okay, the instructions on this are really easy to follow. Basically, you're going to be testing your urine and possibly your saliva. We use it to test all types of foods and beverages and liquids to see which ones are acidic and which ones are more alkaline, so we can adjust our diet according to that 70-30 rule. But you should have one of these to test your urine. You want to keep your alkaline acid balance, right at 7 or above if possible. Gives you an idea what your body's putting out. And this is a little thermometer. Basically buy these at Walmart. Just turn it on, stick it in your ear, and it's great for someone that's the caregiver to get the temperature of somebody that's in paralysis. It's really non-invasive and real easy to use. And if their temperature's up, it can help you make determinations about what to do for them. Spray bottle. This is for when the cats come around and annoy you while you're doing this stuff. Just give them a good squirt. We drink spring water. We get it from a company over here in Eastern Oregon, Central Oregon. And it's from the underground, and it's been tested for all kinds of pollutants. And it's really clean. In addition to the pH testing digital meter, have your own cup that you use for samples. And you also have your own little container filled with deionized water for your potassium reading. Nice flashlight at night. Some of these digital devices, they don't have a light on them. So this thing is really nice because you can just pump it up and you get plenty of light. Never needs batteries. The other equipment, almost all of them need batteries. So have a healthy supply of batteries on hand. And of course, you've got your little toolkit for your potassium measurements. And one other thing you can do, if you don't want to buy a digital pH meter, you can buy these litmus strips. Cut a little piece of this off Anyway, most people understand what litmus tests are. Little piece of that, and then you dip it into the urine or the saliva, and then you use the color code to see what range you're in, 7 being the best range. The lower the number, the more acidic. The higher the number, the more alkaline. You always want to strive toward more alkaline. And the toolkit, we went through that while doing the video on the potassium meter, the cardiometer. And then we have our blood testing kit. These are pretty self-explanatory. This is a little sticker that you can use to get blood samples for your potassium, or take sugar readings if you have diabetes or elevated sugar levels, or even if you're hypo, if you're low on your sugar readings. You need to carry that with you. This is the little oximeter, which you can pick up just about anywhere. Most of this stuff you can just you can go to our website, and we have links to where you can buy it, or you can just look it up on the internet, or go to your favorite medical supply, and they'll have this stuff. What this does is it'll tell you your oxygen level. Mine's at 98. It'll show you your pulse, and then after a while you get accustomed to reading this. It'll show you the strength of the consistency of your heartbeats. You couldn't rely on this to determine if somebody was in cardiac arrest or anything, but it just gives you a good indication of your oxygen level, which is really important for people with periodic paralysis, because that's one of the things that they will really benefit from is oxygen supply, especially when these oxygen levels drop below 90. So that's something you really need to check out, getting some oxygen. If you see readings below 95 on this, I would get with your doctor on that. Everybody has a stethoscope. We don't use this so much anymore because we've switched from the manual blood pressure cup over to the digital. But this is nice to have. You can listen to your heartbeat and get some information that way. Susan just reminded me that this is important to listen for the tachycardia, but I don't have a sensitive enough ear, enough training to know. We do check for arrhythmias with this. Susan does. I personally can't do it, but she does that. It's nice to have it in your kit. If you don't feel comfortable with any of this equipment, you know, you just need to practice with it. And of course, a healthy supply of Q-tips. And it's very important to take and keep notes. This is what I do. I write everything down on here. I just put the date and then the time I take the readings, and I'll go through and take all the measurements. The sugar, the urine, the pH, the blood, the potassium, temperature, and all of that stuff. Then you keep a running record of it. We kind of believe that, you know, if you don't write it down, then it never happened. And we've got about 6 months of these records now on a daily basis. And I got one more note here coming. If you did not write it down, it didn't happen. Just what I said. You need to keep journal notes on it, because we tend to forget, all of us. I think that's about covers it for right now, and get you a nice bag. I don't know if this will fit in the screen there, but we keep this bag. It's got little pockets on the side where you can put different things, and just carry it with you. It's like an open on top luggage bag. And also I just got reminded the charting is really important for getting a diagnosis. The more information you have, the better to present to your doctor. And that's it for this segment.